You will recall that on 2nd of January 2020, I warned Kenyans that His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta was the biggest existential threat of Kenya's 2010 constitution, democracy, and economy, and that he was using the Right Honorable Raila Odinga as a special purpose vehicle for his plan to retain power directly or indirectly. 2 years later, the events that have occurred demonstrate that what I said has come true. His Excellency President Kenyatta has been fueling and conducting a coup against the 2010 Constitution through building bridges or BBI in full violation of the oath of office that he took, that he will obey, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of Kenya. He has been assaulting democracy and shown scorn for the rule of law, including blatant disregard of court orders, viciously attacking the institution of judiciary. President Kenyatta has unleashed the Uhuru Gulag on state terror and brutality upon the people of Kenya. He has succeeded in capturing, compromising, and weaponizing the state institutions, especially police and the prosecutorial services of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for his own political purposes. President Kenyatta will go down as the president who presided over a heavily indebted economy in the history of the country, where debt servicing takes more than 2/3 of our national revenue, that is roughly or by an estimate of 1.17 trillion. Trade deficit soaring past 1 trillion. Private sector, especially SMEs, completely crowded out of credit, and banks beholden to government, treasury bills, and securities. This is the true legacy of President Kenyatta's disastrous presidency, and not the glamorous picture he painted during his State of the Nation address in Parliament, and also his New Year's address. I join other Kenyans in urging the judiciary to continue and sustain the momentum of implementing and enforcing the progressive values and principles of the 2010 Constitution. The country is at a pivotal moment where the judiciary must exercise its judicial authority derived from the people of Kenya to remain the last bastion of defending constitutionalism, the rule of law, and democracy. The Chief Justice must demonstrate unwavering courage and firm leadership in jealously defending the independence of the judiciary and deterring any form of infringement on judicial mandate. The judiciary must come on strongly and play a crucial role in curtailing police impunity. It must not offer any safe haven or refuge to police lawlessness. The president could be applying tactics or strategies to retain power. It's very obvious that the governance institutions have been used throughout this particular term by the state, what they call deep state, which is a criminal enterprise group there that wants to retain power, but they get the support and backing of the president because in this country, executive power is retained heavily by the president. The other institutions support the executive. And therefore, when you see police brutality, when you see abductions like the one that Dennis Itumbi suffered, when you see police disrupting peaceful demonstrations or evicting people at night, regardless of the weather or whether they have an alternative place to stay, when you see political parties, some selective political application of police authority in terms of disruption of political activities, different political parties are given different treatment. When you see some members of parliament being thrown out of their committees using the executive. All that is a sign that this particular executive wants to control state power now and after the elections. And of course, you have seen the same state power being used to support some candidates. And without avoidance of doubt, it has been demonstrated that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, who saw himself as a president after the last general elections, is now being protected, has never been prosecuted, seem to share a very cordial relationship with the president, who obviously, in my view, suffered a kind of a coup from Raila Odinga, but after the handshake, they seem to have exchanged some cordial relationship whose beneficiary, and Raila Odinga has become the beneficiary. Of course, you know that we have been told by some personalities working in Jubilee and working closely with the president, they are seen as his mouthpieces, associates and mouthpieces, that the president is too young and therefore he's going nowhere. You have also heard that they can do a kaputting. Those statements should not be taken lightly. The president has time and again come out in his military gear by way of demonstration of military power to a civilian government, sends the wrong signals, because this is not a military commander. The country is a civilian government, and therefore when you see application of military officers in civilian institutions, again you must read things between the lines, and you must be very careful as a country. So therefore, America has been a partner of Kenya in the struggle for democracy, multi-party democracy. Several ambassadors have time and again spoken on the principles of transparency, have assisted Kenya in trainings, in enforcing democracy, and speaking against abuse of power. But you know that Biden came to office 1 year ago, and there has been very little statement, or actually none, absence of a voice from the American government, which is a major partner in our democratic processes. They seem to just accept that it is okay for the office of the Interior Ministry to get people, lock them in on a Friday, use the KRA, use EACC to hold and arrest people. That cannot be a president who wants to finish and go.